Once the excitement abated, my first rational thought after playing Wii Sports for the first time was, holy crap, I can't wait for a new Mario Tennis. And then it never came. And my next thought was, what the f*** happened? Fast forward a few years, and Nintendo finally seems poised to address one of their biggest recent letdowns, the sudden deterioration of Mario sports games. Don't forget the Square Enix stuff, forget the utterly average Super Sluggers, forget the mediocre mixes. Camelot is here to revitalize the plumber's athletic career with Mario Tennis Open. They should have pushed him a little harder. A new release for the Nintendo 3DS, Mario Tennis Open, is a pretty huge deal. It's the first Mario Tennis game since the outstanding Mario Power Tennis, released 8 years ago for the GameCube. And if only because it's done by the same developer, this game has an immediately satisfying feel. Mario Tennis Open is a throwback to the best Mario sports games. Accessible, but slightly complex. Colorful, but faithful to the game. The catch is, it's also great, but slightly disappointing. The game plays exactly like you remember. It forces you through a tutorial at the beginning, the first of many additions to make things more accessible, but if you've played Mario Power Tennis, you won't need it. Mario Tennis Open is really the same expertly balanced game of arcade tennis at its core. There are 16 characters from the Super Mario universe to choose from, and they're mostly the usual suspects. But one of the cool additions to Mario Tennis Open is you can play as your Mii, and the game feels designed around the idea that your Mii is a primary component. You're constantly unlocking new items to purchase, from new rackets to Mario t-shirts that you can use to customize your Mii. And it's a lot of fun to tinker with, but the system has a few problems. First, the items can only be used on your Mii, and it'd be great if you could customize other characters as well. And two, it's kind of confusing to figure out what impact those items will have. The customization process also serves to upgrade your Mii, but the game doesn't make clear what the benefits of Mario wristbands are, aside from looking badass. In terms of the status quo, there are tournaments, exhibitions, and minigames, always a highlight in a Mario Tennis game. In fact, in this case, one has you guiding Mario through the original Super Mario Bros. With a tennis ball, and that's the kind of thing you expect from Mario Tennis, but you also expect the integration of the characters' personalities into the gameplay, and strangely enough, that's where the game disappoints.
38.
One of the highlights of Mario Power Tennis was the individuality of the characters. Each one had special powers that referenced their own games. Each one felt different from the others. But in Mario Tennis Open, not exactly the case. The game's power-ups are shared. They're just panels on the court. And the differences between characters are a bit less pronounced. It gives Mario Tennis Open a more streamlined and even realistic feel, but it also feels slightly less Mario. But even so, it's easily the best Mario sports game since Mario Strikers Charged, and the first one since to have that addictive feel these spin-offs were known for. Most of those classic characteristics are back, and new additions like crazy gyroscope controls make things easier for newcomers. It's not Mario Power Tennis, but when it comes to every other arcade tennis game on a Nintendo console since, it's no contest. Advantage Mario Tennis Open. And better late than never.